Welcome back, Royals. Happy Friday Eve. On the way in, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share the live. I'm not going to lie. I be so excited sometimes when I go a little bit early or a little bit late because that means people will watch it later. I'm still shy. I'm really shy, not like who we're going to be talking about. And his family said he's shy. I'm just saying. By the way, his name is Brandon. So tonight we are going to be talking about Keke again. So this part is going to be the update. And the update is the girl really moved out. That's number one. So she really moved out. She seems to be doing well, which you kind of want to balance while you're showing America that you're doing so great. And yes, I say America because she's had millions of views and you just needed people to donate via GoFundMe. So I want to be a little careful there. But tonight we're talking about the apology because I said it. I said it. I try to tell the people, stay out of people's marriage because I'm trying to tell you, they could throw each other off a cliff. They could do whatever they want to each other in their matrimonial home and within their union. And if God says so, because God really can, or they believe God says so, or whatever the reason is, they can stay together. And it's nothing that anybody can say. So let me tell you, this man, I'm not really clear how he did all of this, but he basically took his marriage and he crumbled it up on a piece of paper and then he threw it off of a cliff. And then he picked the paper up and he unfolded it again and told her that it wasn't folded or thrown off the cliff. The man followed the paper too. Because I cannot understand how you cheated with 13 people. And those are just the 13 that she knows about. I'm just saying. Plus, the ex-wife done came in and said her piece, slow as snail shit. Also, the cousin came in and then the mama came in. Nobody should have came in, especially before he said anything, right? Because you would think that you would want to protect yourself in case he goes back and they stay together. I don't understand. But let me show you. So he posted the apology. Y'all wonder how the cousin feel. I wonder how the mama feel. Y'all don't went online doing all of this stuff. And don't worry, I checked about an hour ago. I checked again to make sure, like, where they at? Why we don't hear them talking no more? Child, they ain't saying nothing at all at all. And it don't look like she responded either, meaning Keke. So this is the apology that he gave and actually posted. I wanted to take a minute to sincerely apologize to my wife and my kids, the people I love the most. That don't say nosy cousin, that don't say parentals. For the pain, embarrassment, and humiliation I've caused. My actions were selfish, reckless, and completely out of line. There's no excuse for what I did. I betrayed the trust of the woman who has mm, stood by me through everything. And I let down my children who look up to me as their example. Seeing everything play out on social media has been a harsh reminder. No, it was a wake up call. It wasn't a reminder. You didn't give a damn that my mistakes don't just affect me. You knew that all along. She crashed out. They hurt the people closest to me and the people who believed in me. You knew all of that before. You didn't care. I take full responsibility for my actions. I was wrong. Don't seem like no gaslighting, no blaming, no nothing. Hmm. I'm deeply ashamed and I'm committed to doing the hard work to become a better man, husband, and father. That don't say son, that don't say cousin, that don't say trucker, that don't. Hmm. Excuse me. I know words don't fix the damage I've done, but I'm praying for the chance to show through my actions that I can change and rebuild what I have broken. To my wife and kids, I am deeply sorry and didn't, hold on, let's move the banner, and you didn't deserve this. I would just like to go on record and say, didn't I say this was going to happen? I did. Because here's the thing, it's really sad. With men like that, they have this side of them that is the love bombing. It comes so easily to them and they don't notice he didn't use her for monetary things. It comes really easy because that's who they are. And somewhere along the line, the women in their family, it could be the cousin, it could be the mom, it could be somebody, It's usually a woman in the family that holds a high position that has made them believe that that is the way that you show up to get what you want. That's why it's so easy for them. But they also have that side because somewhere along the line, maybe they didn't see a woman get that. And so they truly know that that is how you win over a woman. That is really easy if you stick by things that are morals and values. It's really easy. I knew that apology was going to come and look exactly like that because let's just call this out right here. Didn't the cousin say she lying? Everything this man said, number one, goes exactly with what Keke said. And didn't she tell us from the beginning? He came in talking about God and he talked about, I want to fix it. And he said all the right things in all the right places. So if I am to believe that a person can change and give them another chance, why wouldn't I do that? I get it. We just don't know the part about doing it with caution when we're younger, or I would say relationship maturity was lacking as well, because that's a real thing. I'm actually shocked. Really? Why? Let me know why. Um, the bait of the toxic husband is what we are going to talk about next. So let me show you this clip. I don't think I've shown this one before of them on the honeymoon and him ignoring her on the cruise ship. This is it. If you're watching this in replay, I'm probably going to have to mute the music later. Here we go.
You mean the world. Oh, it's I wanna. What you say, babe? What's wrong? Ooh, and oh, yes you do. That'll weaken me and so.
Let me just say, baby girl, I need to check your age, because one thing you're going to do is not know the words to a song that you picked to use. Fix that. We'll talk later. Y'all, she did a Tasha K interview too. Let's just hope she did it and it put her in a good light. I truly want to see her do better. I want to see her have better and know what better looks like for her and for her girls. She already spent Halloween with her girls. I don't want to put her girls up here, but she already spent Halloween with them. So everything that she's saying that she would do, she has done. I ain't seen a lie yet. But let's see, because it didn't seem like he was really into her at all. Right. If you looked at the clips that were circulating the most and going viral, that is true, because that is what social media wanted to depict to you. But if you took a look at her social media in the onset of this, before things started reloading with her new commentary, then you saw them in their original form. So you saw that they did TikToks together. You saw that she would come home and it would be gifts on the bed. You saw he would go get her coffee. You saw those things in previous videos. But then there were times like this one on the honeymoon that you see, you really didn't know the context behind it. You just knew that it was there. And of course, it resurfaced and went viral along with the dress. That's the cruise ship lady. The honeymoon, he didn't show no interest. It was in the video. Like, literally, who throws your head back all like that, acting like you don't even care? You see that it's hurting her. You don't even care. No warmth. You literally have tapped out. If you didn't want to be there, you know you didn't have to be there, right? You could have left with your mom and you could have not moved forward with the marriage, because you don't turn in your marriage license. Well, in some states, I don't know how it is in their state, so let me not say it, but you could have easily gotten an annulment. Sir, you could have done that as well. You didn't have to stay. The family made it worse. If it would have just stayed at the dress and her coming on and crashing out. Not that what he did on his own wasn't enough, but that was enough in their space, in their world. All of these other things didn't surface until she started having to defend herself. And she was, I wouldn't have been mad. I'm not mad at that part. It kind of reminds me of the girl that faked her own kidnapping, but had no idea out of all the Black women in the world that hers would go viral and she would be in trouble for it going viral and people actually caring that she was missing when she really wasn't. She did it for this reason and it blew up to this, which is why people say be very careful with this social media thing because it can go really big. Try to be careful with what you say. A whole lot of that is coming back to bite people in the butt at this point. Let's take a look at his mom again because we started with the apology because these people went online and claimed that she was doing stuff for attention. Why were they doing it? It was literally none of their business. They're not married to her at all. She did not run down their names because she could have told how she really felt about the mama and she didn't and she still didn't go as hard as them. They'd have called her. Let's take the look at the mama again because we need to understand how this is going to wrap up into if they stay together because they have every right to do so. Let's see.
Delusional, big fat, cut up arm, cut up body, Down syndrome, pill popping, dope fiend daughter-in-law got going. Now, I ain't never been in a relationship where I was really cheated on because I really never gave a man a reason to cheat on me. I'm not saying that what cheating is right. I'm not saying cheating is right, but I just want the nationwide world to know.
I just want the nationwide world to know. You're not saying cheating is wrong, but what? And ma'am, you have been cheated on. If you have had a boyfriend, you've been cheated on. You're right. You may not have because you may not have ever had a boyfriend, a live-in one, been with the baby daddy for real, or husband. I don't know if you were married. You may not have ever been married, but I'm gonna bet that you're lying. Mm-hmm. And in denial, but that's okay. We'll work with it. I would just like to call out what is this up with these pills? Remember, I told you the girl he was saying, and no, I was not trying to buy no pills. And now she's saying it. FBI. Okay. It's none of my business. But let me tell you something. His mama hopped online faster than he did. Everybody did. And loud and wrong. First of all, you wrong. You can never be right in none of that you said because you talked about that girl's kids for no reason. If you hadn't seen the kids or y'all didn't know about the kids, if she comes around and you don't talk to her or she can't come around, it seems like to be a combination of both. Would y'all bring y'all kids around him? I probably wouldn't. Like ever bring my kids around. I probably wouldn't go around. I probably would be like, hey, honey, I don't want you to ever not be around your mom or your family, but let's level set. Always respect me in that space. If I call, please pick up the phone and I won't excessively call because I still want you to be with your family. I just know I can't be with your family. And I just know if I'm around them, I don't even want to put you in the position to have to protect me like that. And I understand that you miss your family. If that's cool with you, that everything is separated, then fine. Can you overly be over there? No, because truthfully, you really shouldn't be anywhere that your spouse is not welcome and treated properly. But this type of dysfunction, child, it's no way that she raised a good man. Not with that mouth. Not talking about kids like that. How did you raise a good man? But Keke did say that the mama even calls him the B word. So that lets you know right there. I was taught that's the highest form of disrespect for a man. These days, it's a little different. But in her day, it definitely was. And we was taught better. If I call you that as a man, just know we're never talking again. Because I don't respect you and I probably see you as that. And I mean to your face. We say things behind each other's back that we probably shouldn't. Have I? I don't know. I don't remember. Probably not. But let's see. Now let's take a look at what the cousin said. Because child, she been on the intranet. Intranet is internal. Just so you know, that's a real word. Crying. Girl, why are you crying? My God, baby is here. They could tell you I started all over and did this by myself. Grown adults, please stop saying you did stuff by yourself because you're supposed to do it by yourself. Should people help? Of course, we're supposed to be community and do things like that. But y'all be wanting people to help with grocery shopping, the gas in your car, cleaning up your house, like regular day-to-day stuff. Y'all want a pat on the back for it? I cannot. I don't understand. So let's listen to the cousin because she's just so like nice. We love hearing from her. It makes our life feel like, well, let's just listen to what she says. Here we go.
I understand his mama house. She's at the apartment by herself. All the bills are paid. She has everything she needs. Doing a meet and greet for what? Y'all gonna be so disappointed when you see that girl. She didn't ruin her marriage. Yes, she did. To a good one. To a good one. Do you see what I'm saying? That's her attitude. When she walk up on you, she like, I'm Keke, the content creator. I'm like, what's this little Down syndrome, baby? Like, girl, ain't nothing famous about you. Why would you message Tia Kemp to call your husband? Your passive husband. If you look at my cousin, he's very passive because he's shy. I have never heard Bam yell. And then Tia Kemp goes, oh, I'm going to call him. For what? What you calling him for? And let me tell you something else. All them goof ass shit that you see him had on, my cousin don't dress like that. I know, it's some people that's from Houston that's up in here. My cousin not just like that. We from the east side, Clint Park. So much, then why you literally calling him to pay your phone bill, bro? Like, that don't make sense. Yes, I told my cousin that she been planning this. I feel like she wanted to do this and then divorce my cousin. And I think that's why he kind of kept her away. And when she started doing all the things that she did, because you cannot cuss me. And he didn't want nobody to hurt her feelings because he knows she's slow. So why you playing with people that you know, baby, I'm up to speed. Even if my cousin decides to go back with her, I do not want y'all to judge him for that. Because just like women can be manipulated, men can be manipulated too. Men have feelings, right? Men can be abused by women, right? Even if he decides to stay, y'all, that's fine. I just want to clear his name. I want to clear my cousin's name. I want to clear his mama's name. His mama feeds the homeless every week. She does it by herself. She fixes plates.
We're in here, Exhibit A. Okay, this is the only exhibit that matters because all that matters is what the husband and wife say. They're the only ones that were there. Where in here does it say, I would like to clear my name? Where in here does it say, where in here does it say that he's been manipulated? Where does it say that she hit him? Where does it say in here that he kept her away from the family because her behavior? Where in here does it identify anything that she specifically did? And I'm pretty sure there are things she did, but for the most part, in relationships, if I do something and my husband yell at me and I know I did something, I'm gonna take that yell. I mean, come on. But I'm not gonna call it out because if I'm the root, then that's what needs to be called out. Yes, we can handle it differently. However, that's not the bigger scheme of things. This looks like he's taking full accountability. I don't see anything in there where he said that. I don't see where he changed his profile picture back to his wife. Why do you care if he tried to? She is the spokesperson for the community of the family of representatives of the universe of America that nobody asked for. She talks so loud. She got so much passion in her voice. She got so much anger. She got so much jealousy. She got so much, I'm inserting myself into other people's business and it's not my business. Because if it was your business and y'all so close, then you would have direct stories for him to tell, right? You would essentially be on here betraying your cousin. Because if he didn't tell it, why are you telling it? Because if I tell you something in confidence and then you go tell all of social media and it sits there for days and days while I'm in jail, and then I looked for the video, the original, because it was something else she said I was looking to pull out and I've deleted it already and it's not even there. It's gone. Listen. At this point, I need to know, are y'all team Keke or team family? Because I can't even say Brandon. Because yes, we saw what he did wrong in the marriage. Yes, cheating is absolutely wrong. But those are things that should be decided between the husband and wife, how they're going to be handled. We haven't seen where he has directly posted a message. I went to his page and everything on there was about the wife, actually. He was posting her. So not a single person that he reached out to could say that they didn't know that that man was married. I'm not saying that they're the ones wrong. What I'm saying is it's on the page. It's not like he's hiding it. I know people that have pages and their wife is not on their page anymore. They walk around and pretend like they are not married. And there are people that know that they are and they still proceed on. But he contributed by not, there's some people that do that. They blatantly bold-faced lie. We saw in his messages where he told the people, check this out, hurry up because my wife, I'm about to be around her and I don't want her to know any of this. I'm just saying, kind of remind me of, I wonder if they in the South. I have not, oh, Houston, they are. So like Papa was a Rolling Stone, old Southern values, level of respect. I don't know. What would y'all do with this apology? This apology is damage control. It is, I don't think it's remorse. I don't think it's accountability. Just a long paragraph of I'm sorry. Because the I'm sorry is going to truly be in the work. If they were to get therapy individually and then get therapy together, because they definitely need it individually. Anybody that could cheat that much on the spouse that they propose to, they love bomb, they clearly still want, they talk about in public, they don't want a divorce from, even after all of this and her having defended herself and saying certain things. But if we listen to how it was called out, she didn't necessarily go, nobody went in on nobody in the marriage worse than the mother-in-law went in and this so-called cousin. In order for this marriage to move forward, you would never be able to talk to that cousin again if it was me. You can't, because she don't like me for no reason. She's made it known to the world. She is hateful. She don't have a good bone in her body because she didn't even think about you as her cousin. I'm going to keep bringing it to most things back to, this is your family. So they're disrespecting you and they're betraying you. They should have just kept their mouth shut. Nowhere on the planet can they clear your name. So her being a court appointed, girl, you should have been just shut up. I don't understand. Like at all. It just doesn't make any sense. When Keke moved out, I think that's what really showed him. So to some degree, could things be shaken up? Yeah. But I also wonder if, see, sometimes you got to be the one in a relationship, unfortunately, to shake things up different than they've ever had before. And then they do come back and act different. I've seen some marriages recoup. Talk to your grandmammy, talk to your grandpa. Don't tag me, don't at me, I don't care if you agree with me. You can put your opinion, but I don't give a shit if you agree. It's true, it's real. Some people hit rock bottom and then they work on themselves and they do come back up. The problem is he never really hit rock bottom. She don't even know why the divorce occurred from before. And if she do, mom's the word. And that shows she's being a good wife as well. I don't understand. You went from staying with the wife to then moving in with your mom to moving in with Keke. Because Keke moved out, now you have to take care of that all by yourself. So is this the first time that you are taking care of yourself by yourself? And is that was the wake-up call for you? In addition to, look how fun she is. You can't tell me that you wouldn't want a good partner that you a friend with and that you having fun with and that's getting you outside of your space doing different things that grown-ups do, like go on cruises. Oh, and real quick, Sister cousin, girlfriend in your head, ma'am. What do you mean he didn't wear that goofy shit before? His clothes look regular as hell before, even the clothes on the wedding. I'd have never wore those shoes, but that's not my problem. That's just shady and it didn't even need to be said. I didn't like the shoes. I'm a shoe person. I didn't like the shoes. Um, this might be the wake up call that he needs. If our Keke, I would continue to ignore him because listen, this is what you should do next. Y'all ready? I made a list. This is what you should do next. Do not take him back. Do not go back. Not right now. You need to make his actions speak louder than his words, and they need to be very out there and vocal. The same way your cousin and your mama went out there and did all of these things, the same way you put the ammunition in women's hands to be able to come and tell me these things, I need these things to be rectified in public. That's what I need. I also need, you can go ahead and delete those accounts because clearly you can't handle them right now. So I think you should delete them. Keep the major ones because you can't just get rid of something. No, freeze that on. Clear up the accounts. That's what I meant to say. Not get rid of them. You need to have them. Get therapy. And I don't want to hear about your therapy session because the shit you should be talking about in therapy should be so groundbreaking that you need a minute to process it. At this point in time, sir, I cannot be your best friend. I can't. I can't be your best friend because I'm over here getting therapy for myself and learning what is good for me. And you need to learn about yourself and why you were willing to do all of that and why you needed so much attention. Because while the focus is on her and her being having low self-esteem and all of these things, he does as well. He's reaching out to these women. He's reaching out to them. He's also buying them and giving them gifts. To everybody, he is a trick. Half of the women he didn't even do nothing with, but he was giving them things. That's low self-esteem as well. And it's really bad. You taking money out of our household to go spend on other women and you don't even have air in your truck. That's number 2. Block every messy family member. All of them. And we can have a family discussion. We can all meet in a public space, at a restaurant, wherever will make your family act like they have some sense. And you can lead the discussion as a man should have to begin with. Now you can go back and rewrite your wrongs. Again, sometimes gotta break it all the way down to build it back up. I can't talk against marriage like that because I want what's best for her and whatever she wants. So I'm not praying for them. I'm praying for each of them individually. Because sometimes we can pray as onlookers and that's not what they want. So I'm not praying for the marriage, so to speak. I'm praying for both of them and then God will do what he does. I think that's what needs to happen. You need to have a conversation. It looks like she got along with the kids. She still showed up for the kids, even in the midst of all of this. One of the sons, she was in a picture with one of the kids when he was graduating. Sir, it's not very easy to get a good person these days. And you really threw away the bag. You need to get rid of all your messy family members because it's bigger than them just being messy. The biggest deal is that they would be so comfortable disrespecting the home that God gave you. You're the leader of that home. That is your home that they're disrespecting. She's secondary as it relates to that. And if it were in the reverse and it were her family, she should primarily step up, but you would be there with her if she was talking to her family because that's still your household. And if they cross the line, you need to let that be known. And if anybody can't deal with it or your discernment hints at they're getting used to it, no, because we don't get used to things as adults. You can walk right out of that room the same way your cousin would if somebody would come and propose to her. She get her shit right together. You can get your shit right together when you want to. You really can. So if they cannot be around you and your family the right way, they cannot be around you and your family at all. And that means nobody being on pins and needles. And that don't mean her jumping right into their space and doing what they want or anything like that. Get them from around you altogether. You can still call and check on your mama and all of that, but everybody else needs to be blocked because you need to block everything out so you can focus on yourself, your kids, and then your marriage. And I said that order because we're doing therapy, not divine order, because all of those things are for your marriage. Protect your finances, protect your kids, and protect your sanity. because I'm pretty sure with going through these things and hearing how different people are talking about him, if he runs to the wrong person in public, unfortunately, it kind of sounds like there was people in the comments and stuff of the post, and you could tell that some of them were family members and some of them are people that know him from their town. And it was, Brandon is the nicest guy ever. Brandon is the nicest guy ever. That really doesn't mean anything. Perfect example. Do your manager like you and your coworkers the exact same way? No. Hell, some of our parents don't like us the same way. You have a favorite or one they connect with more. That doesn't matter. Whatever she does in the public, it doesn't matter. She was willing to, the mother, disrespect the entire fuck out of that girl's kids for no reason. They caught stray bullets for no reason. But you want to clear your son's name. No, you need to protect your kids and you need to protect yourself. I'm pretty sure seeing all of that stuff. How would that make y'all feel if y'all hit the internet and saw that your mama and your cousin and your ex-wife, who's calling you friend, contributed to what the hell you got to fix? Because only the two people in the marriage know what really happened. So while all of these other people contribute to what should be done, what they think, if you should leave or stay, any of those things that you contribute to, you don't realize you could be putting somebody in a worse position than when they started. You could be fucking it up for them, like in a really bad way, especially once you get to saying certain stuff that the other spouse thinks, how would you have known that? Or that's what you really been thinking. Oh, so you haven't been protecting me. Oh, y'all did know that was happening. I don't think that's not right. Protect your own sanity, because right or wrong, nobody wants you to go insane. Sorry. Last one. Oh, two more. If he's not actively achieving healing, he's actively hurting. So he could also be going, he could also just be going through the phase, which is probably going to happen at the beginning, trying to rush. He's going back to what he knows. We're creatures of habit. So the immediate thing is, I know how to fix this. He's going to try to love bomb her. When that does not work, he's going to get frustrated. He's probably going to go off or throw some type of tantrum, whatever's normal for him. And then he will move forward. But he still has to go through a couple of phases, and she needs to allow him to go through those. Try to tell somebody who you think is love bombing you, reject what they're giving you. But be ready for what's going to happen. It's going to surprise your ass, because that's not normal. If I'm doing this, there's no way you shouldn't give me what I want. And it doesn't have to be monetary. It could be time. It could be you submitting to them. It could be sex. It could be anything. It could be whatever they're doing it for. And most of the time they're doing it for a reason, which in some regard is understandable. You could be doing it to receive the love that you want to receive, how you want to receive it, but not caring that it doesn't align with somebody else. Again, that's what you've been taught. That's why it's important. Like Rose said, I could have been raised this way and you could have been raised this way. And now we need to come together and see what these things mean to us and how we're going to handle them. So that's really important. And the last one, if a man is truly sorry, he can't fix anything if he keeps doing the same thing. He took her heart and he laid it on the table, and he took a sledgehammer, a saw. He took 14 objects and broke her heart. What is most interesting to me is that the way that love works, and I don't know if it goes back to slavery or whatever, this is the closing, or if we're just that loving, but I wonder if people that are at a greater deficit have the ability to love more, because you don't want anybody to feel how you've ever felt. If it's one thing that majorly impacted you, it could be you grew up and you didn't have much. Whatever it is that truly broke you as a younger person, or at any point in your life, does that make you overly empathetic to others? Like a person, well, like they say, they think that plus size women are. Do you think that because plus size women have adversity, have not immediately being loved properly until now. It's much better now. With being seen out loud, desired openly, all of these things, that it gives you a different type of compassionate heart. So you're less likely to do things to hurt people. Whereas somebody that has not experienced a particular type of hurt doesn't have anything to correlate it to. So they just move only thinking of themselves if they haven't been taught to do so or shown what compassion looks like. I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. I wonder that sometimes. I do, even about myself. Like, I wonder if I didn't know so many things. My compassion completely changed when I started working in HR because I was everything. I was a therapist. I was in charge of reporting domestic violence, your mandated reporter. I wonder if that had an impact. I experienced death. I experienced stillborn. I experienced one of my employees literally out on the dock was sliced in half, and we had to call the wife to get there before the reporters got there. Children, things happening to kids because I've worked with kids. I wonder if, because I have seen how cruel the world is firsthand from real people, if that's changed why I am so empathetic and why I became an empath. Actually, I've been an empath since I've been little. But I wonder if that has an impact. Because I just don't see how some people do some of the things they do, and they appear to. mm, I don't understand. Well, let me know what y'all think because this is gonna keep going. What I haven't seen her do though, Keke girl, this is my prayer for you, and it changes every day, right? Add on to it. I pray that this newfound attention is not a distraction. Um, People ain't shit. I pray that this newfound, I would agree. Um, the stuff they do ain't shit. That is correct. I pray that this newfound attention does not take your eyes off of the Bible. I pray that if God is telling you to stay with that man and work on the marriage, you two are the only ones that know what happened inside of that home. You're the only one who knows if 14 is the real number. You're the only one who knows if him reaching out to other women. You're the only one who knows how much those things impacted you. You're the only one who knows if it was 10% of the time or 90% of the time. Don't throw away something because of what other people do and you think that it will make you go viral and stay viral, because this is going to run out. It is. People are already over it. Half the people are very much so over it already. And it's because of the delivery, unfortunately. But then there's the other half that's looking like, okay, get the help. Okay, do this. If you do those things, you will grow and be much better. Make the decisions that are good for you and don't allow this moment to ruin the rest of your life. Because what you don't want to do is look back, and I'll say by the first of the year, when all of this slows down, if you don't spark something else up and give it a trigger type of thing, a wow factor, it's going to be gone. Christmas is coming. You're going away unless you have something good to deliver, right? And then you look up and say, I wish I would have allowed him to get help and kept thinking about it, meaning not make it worse and things like that, because that was truly my best friend. That was truly somebody I saw something in. Nobody could tell you what to do in your marriage. Nobody. And if it truly isn't dangerous, um, I suggest you follow your own heart. Don't get distracted by this fake stardom, because it is fake. It's not based on a true talent. It's your story. Story has an end unless you continue it in a good light. Also, don't get back with him to use him, or y'all concoct something. Just be authentic, because the worst thing you want is to look back in a couple of months, and just for a couple of months of fame, no, nothing came out of it. You lose everything that you truly actually did value. But hold on to your guns as well. Exactly. Yes, hold on to your guns as well, because you deserve better, but you deserve to give yourself better. and then he will know how as well. And then be realistic about life. You're probably going to have to learn each other all over again if that's what you want to do, because he'll learn the new you and you'll learn the new him. But be realistic and stay away from the cousin and the mama. I don't think they're going to say anything, child, at all, at all. Be leery of the interviews that you take. Y'all, when you do this social media shit, you got to be really careful. I wish I knew how to master dealing with certain people so that I could have went viral already without being afraid of the space that that person was in. So there have been people that reached out and they want to do collabs because they're close by or they see that I travel or different reasons. And no shade to that person, and which is why I would never put out anybody's name. It's just my own discernment tells me, no, that's not a good idea, because that's not the content that you want. And most importantly, I don't want to do content that's like F those skinny bitchs. That's not how I feel. Like stuff like that, us against them. It's more us against them type of stuff. So while I appreciate you saying that I'm absolutely confident in who I am as a person, I still do regular stuff. I'm cool. But be careful. I'm telling you that from advice. No, Tasha Kane called me. However, she will never call me. I would never do no shit for her to call me. Never say never. Like if I spaz out, I'm gonna need y'all to be there for me. If I spaz out, be like, damn, it must be really bad. Because this girl has sense even when she said 20 minutes before she hit go live, she didn't have sense. I'm just saying, have my back. Y'all supposed to be my people. That is it for tonight. I'm putting those journals in the mail for her over on Monday. I do have a service to attend on Saturday. Say a prayer for my nieces and nephews. They lost their father a couple of weeks ago. And so the I guess it's not a full service, but the memorial for T is going to be on Saturday. If you are a friend or family member, the information is posted on all of our Facebook, or of course you can reach out. But if you would like to come, please do. You got you, friend. Just making sure y'all got me. Because what if I flip out? You never know. It's a thin line between sanity and sanity. Y'all, I have watched somebody at work, like the person was so angry with the way management was treating them. This was back when I worked at Sears in the call center, long time ago, 1999. And it was a computer, not a laptop. Y'all remember the computer? Like computer. That girl picked that computer up and threw it at the manager. And this was us. She was in my quad. It was an octagon thing. Oh, y'all need to quit making people mad. Now is not the time. Oh, you got me, okay? I'm like, damn, bitch, thanks for letting me know I got me. See how people do? Girl, you got you. You gonna be okay? Anywho, thanks for joining. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and head over to Amazon. All of my journals are on sale through the rest of the year. Make sure that you grab them. I hope that you like them, and I will be coming out with 3 additional. One of them is going to be for my mids, and it is coming out. It will be ready by Thanksgiving. I promise. It's actually ready. I just keep having other stuff to do. Anyway, don't judge me. I'm trying to tell you. This thing is not easy. Okay? Go over there and buy the journal. If y'all make me rich, I can start doing giveaways and stuff again, because it can't keep coming out of my own pocket. Okay? Okay. Help me go viral, because I'm a normal person with a silver lining of that shit crazy like everybody else. That is it for tonight. Head over to Amazon now. Watch all my videos, play a playlist, go to sleep. I love it that way. Good night.